The next big topic I get is what are the bare minimum of tools and supplies to start your business? When I started out, I was really broke, but I started out with the bare minimum. So here is what I had when I started my doggy spa. Obviously, you're going to need a table because you don't want to break your back. And that costs around 100 and 200 bucks, something like that. And don't worry, I will just run through this list and I will have a little PDF linked to this video below, near somewhere. So you're going to be able to see this typed out, so you don't have to make notes or anything. You're going to have a bathtub. Now, at the beginning, if you are very passionate, it can work if you use your own bathtub for dogs for a couple of weeks. It's not a good experience. I've done it at the beginning when I started out, and I've done it when that ginormous thing back there, that's my tub right now, it goes up and down with a little button right there. So this is a fancy one. But until it got delivered to the metal shop to get it customized, because these wings on the sides are my design. The bottom part came from a factory, but it came with a different back. And I wanted a custom one. So anyways, until that got done, for a whole month, I had to use our shower up there, guest room shower, whatever. And bathtub, it was horrible, like horrible. It breaks your back. So again, if you are broke like I was and need to start out with something, and you don't have the funds, you don't have the tools or whatever, you can do it for a couple of weeks. I would say 1 month tops. And so you can start without a professional grooming tub, but ideally you get one. You can also do your own. Like at the beginning, after I got my mind together and it had a little couple of $100, probably even less, but maybe like 200 something, 180. I don't remember. Anyways, I got 2x4s and I made a little table, a solid table with braces on the top and bottom parts. So 8 braces to keep the wood solid and together. And I made a little ramp that doggies walked up to, and I put a plastic tub on the top. It did not look pretty, but it was functional. And I did a little DIY plumbing from the tub to the washing machine drain in the wall. And that was my setup for several years, because I didn't have the funds to this monster back there. It cost me like $6,000 altogether with the original setup and the customization of the whole thing. So it's a very expensive one, but it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. So if you have the funds, go for it. And but you can totally start with doing your own bathtub on a little table and a little ramp, and dog push it to the wall, and then doggies will walk up there on a leash. So, and you support them from the sides. It totally works, and then you don't have to break the bank with that. So table, tub, dryer, depending on what kind of doggies size-wise you work on. You can, if you specialize in small dogs, you can totally get away with one small dryer. Like your own at home, it's totally fine. I would say if you buy something brand new, I would say, let's say $70, 70. And that's a very nice one, and it will last you for years. And dryer, big one. If you are taking big doggies or doggies with long hair, like if you're taking huskies, for example, and you need to do good de-shedding before the bath and after the bath and good blow drying, then you're going to need a high velocity blow dryer. Those run anywhere from $100 to $300 and the sky. So you're going to be able to totally work with $100 bun. And I'm going to include links to that one. So don't have to buy the most expensive one. But you need a high velocity dryer if you are taking double coated dogs and big ones to be able to work on their coat properly, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get them as clean as you need to. Shampoo, conditioner. You can totally start out with getting 1 gallon of conditioner and 1 gallon of shampoo. I like best Earth Bath, and I love the hypoallergenic shampoo because I can use that on anyone, and I can, and it gets the coat beautifully clean, and I still use that. I just get bigger batches, and you can get their oatmeal aloe conditioner, and then you can use that one on the doggies to keep their coat beautifully smooth. This is a very rich conditioner, so their coat will be amazingly soft. It will be super easy to dry and brush and cut the coat. So this is a triple win for you and for the owners at home, because it will be it will last you longer, the sensation, the softness, and also it will be easier for them to brush the doggy at home, and the mats won't develop in the coat that much or that fast. And they run around, these shampoo conditioner, they run around $50. So that's $100 investment, and it's going to be free shipping if you order it from Pet Edge or Ryan's Pet. I'm going to have another video about vendors and wholesale companies where you can go and get your grooming stuff. Shear set. I started out with a basic rainbow shear set that was something like $150, $200, something like that nowadays. So you definitely need to get that one to start out. And there is another thing I have in my notes: chunker shears for shaggy looks, especially if you are taking on doodles. It's very important. If you have the funds, again, go get a better shear set, because it makes a difference to groomers' eyes, not necessarily for parents' eyes, but also your hands will thank you if you have a better one, a better quality one, especially with the swivel thumb. When the little hole for your thumb just wiggles all around, not like firm like here, but here is how you hold the shear. This is my old shear, and I downgraded it to cut paper, and I keep it right on the top of the desk. So this is how you hold the shear, and the thumb hole goes on the sides as well. So there is a little spot here where it can twist and turn. Very handy, super, super helpful, especially if you do a lot of shearing. So if you have the funds, get a chunker. Those are something like $100. So a pair of shears costs $100 on the lowest side. So, but those will work. So get those as well if you are working with doggies that you want to get a shaggy look for. And fast. And I'm going to include links also to the budget solution and also to the higher end ones, so you can pick and choose. You're going to need ear hair powder and ear wash. I put down $40 for those two, but you're going to get a pretty good amount of both for that amount of money. Cotton balls, Q-tips, gloves. You might already have this home, cotton balls and Q-tips. And gloves, probably from COVID, you still have a bunch of gloves. So you might not need to get that. I have an extra note here. You're going to need a mat under your foot, because otherwise your knees, hips will give up and they're not going to be happy. So get a mat. I'm going to include, it's a kitchen mat. Grooming mats suck. Sorry to say this, but they are just way too firm. If you compare the brand I'm going to share with you with the other groomer brands, and don't get these from wholesale companies, they have terrible, horrible mats. So you need one that is nice kitchen mat. I'm going to show you, share a link, and you're going to see. And you don't have to get the 4 foot wide. You can get the 3 foot wide, whatever. Just have it under your foot. And it's going to be much comfier for you to groom. And healthier. I really don't recommend, even with awesome shoes, you're not going to get the same results. And standing on tile or concrete, wherever you have your setup, it's not going to be ideal. And then you're going to play with your health, and that's not good. You're going to need another thing: nail clipper, nail file, pre-haircut shears, quick stop powder. These are footwork equipments, and the quick stop powder, the pre-haircut shear, that's what I wanted to talk about. This is a shear, rounded tip shear. This is awesome for trimming out mats and trim yucky hair around the ears or privates whenever you're before the bath. So, and this costs like $15. Amazing stuff. And you can get the 6-inch one if you want to go the golden middle, and then you can get the bigger one and the tiny one as well if you have the funds. But I wouldn't have a business without this particular shear. So get this one. Not a similar one, get this one, because this will serve you amazingly. And this is a very cheap one and lasts you a long time. Brush and comb. You're gonna need an amazing brush for longer coat and an amazing brush for shorter coat. The Big K from Chris Christensen is an awesome one for heavy coats. Let it be de-shedding or just styling or dematting, brush out. This brush is a must. It's expensive. It's $65-$70, but you really need this one. You're not gonna be able to work without an awesome brush, because if you use less quality brushes, you're gonna hurt the skin. You're gonna hurt the skin. So, and a happy client does not include one where they got their doggy skin hurt. And extensive de-shedding or dematting will require you to use a crazy good brush. And this is it, Big K. I will include the link. Brush, a small one. For doggies with shorter cuts, this brush won't do it. Like, it will be too close to the skin. And I use a tiny one, a kitty brush. I'm going to include the link. It's like $20 something. And you can use that small brush also on the inner thighs, whatnot. So that should work very well for you. And let's see, comb. You're going to need at least an inch long comb. I highly recommend you get another longer pinned one, like 1.5 inches, 2 inches one for winter coats. But if you're starting out springtime, you likely not going to need the longer ones. You can make it work with a shorter comb if you happen to work with a really thick coated doggy with extra work, but you really need longer ones for later. Clipper, I would say $200. Very nice ones. I use Endis products. I really love them. I tried several clipper brands, and this was the least heavy, most quiet, and most comfortable for my hands. So I go with that. You can get the ones you like. I highly recommend not to get anything under $100 because it will break on you, and there is no more horrible situation than giving back a halfway groomed dog to the owner, or a dog with a patch on the side of the coat, so on the side of the body in the coat. So get a nice clipper. If you have the funds, get 2 clippers, because if one dies on you for whatever reason, you still have another one to finish your job. Now you can go either with a corded or cordless version. Cordless are awesome. Even if you get a blackout, you can finish the job. Very nice. I don't have a cordless one. I go crazy with the corded one. I love them. You can get generators to help you out in case there is a blackout, but it's your call. See what's your best, what you feel most comfortable with. Blades, clipper blades. Now they can run from $20-$30 to $40-$50. They can be pretty expensive. So I have a list of blades. You're going to need two number 10 blades for sanitary or deep mats, or using the snap-on comb to do longer trims than 3/4 inch. And I would get at least 2 number 7 blades to do a short shave or dematting, at least 2 number 4 blades to do dematting, sporty summer cuts. And I would get at least 2 of these because they are thin and they get hot way faster than the other ones I'm going to talk about in a second. So you need to switch, and you're going to need at least 1 backup. And if you have the funds, get 3 of each length, because 2, especially when you're a beginner and then you still learn how to angle everything and it takes a little bit longer to do the haircut, you're going to be a little bit better off if you have a little bit more room to keep the clippers cooler, or have an ice pack where you just put them on, and you have 2 and then an ice pack, and then you put the clipper there to cool off fast enough for you. And the other length I would get is the 1/2 inch long. It's called 3 3/4. I would get one. They can get warm, but you don't have to get two. If you have the funds, great. If you don't have the funds, you don't have to, because they are pretty thick at this length and they won't get too hot. Just warm, and that's fine. 5/8 HT, I would get one. You're gonna get a plush, velvety look and sensation. This is a little bit longer summer cut length. I would get one. And also I would get one from the 3/4 HT. This is the longest metal blade that you can get on the market. And I would get one. They are pretty expensive, but they're going to save you a lot of headache and work. Snap-on combs. There are sets that you can get. They run around $50. I would get one set, and you're going to be able to do loads of longer trims with this one. It helps you time to set the length, and you can shear trim or even up with the shears after you did this, so you can save time, so you can get the doggy home faster. Clipper cleaner spray is for sanitizing the blade, cooling it off, cleaning it. It's a combination, whatever. I will include the link. It's like $20. Ring lights. I would suggest, if you have the funds, I would highly recommend to get at least get 3, but you're gonna need at least 1, because you need more light than the room where you're gonna groom can provide, unless it's unless it is already set up as a grooming or doggy spa, or you are converting a human spa to a doggy spa. There, I'm expecting enough lights, but otherwise no. Towels. Now, if you are on the budget, you can get towels from Goodwill, wherever. Ask neighbors or ask relatives to give you old towels. They don't have to look pretty. They need to be sturdy and they need to be clean. So get a towel where you want them from. It doesn't matter. You can go fancy later. I never got to the point when I have embroidered towels, but that's a very nice way to go if you have the funds. So go as wild as you want. Baby gates to cut off the rest of the house. If you can take a look, see, there is a baby gate and there's another one right by the stairs. You're going to need baby gates to, or if you can close the doors, but the airflow will be trickier in those situations. So you likely will be better off with baby gates. And the curtain, I have a curtain there, so I can just pull it when I'm blow drying, so the hair won't go into other parts of the house back there. Now, since you are a new business owner, getting stuff might seem appealing from Craigslist discounted secondhand, but you need trustworthy things, and you're gonna be able to write this off your taxes. Any business expense, from clipper blades to clippers, towels, whatnot. If you have the invoice for the product, you're going to be able to write it up. So I highly, highly recommend to get new things, and as much as possible, especially from the bigger items, because you're going to need that write-off. And so think about this before you go and try to barter or get stuff. That's awesome too. If you don't have the funds, but you can get the things to start, that's amazing, because even if you got it from a friend for free, it will bring in revenue. You can start. So it's better to have something from a friend than to not have that thing and not be able to work. But keep this in mind. So that should help you keep the income tax as low as possible. Okay, I think, yeah, we went through everything. I will leave the next section here, since it's everything supply related. Wholesale companies. It's a tiny section. Pet Edge. That's my favorite, because their products are awesome. They are very high quality. They ship fast, and they don't use those dreaded peanuts what Ryan's pet use. I hate those. My doggies, my kitties grab them and they run away, and I just fetch them to give me back. It's not toxic to pets, but I still hate it. It's a mess to get those little peanuts in the trash can. So my number one go is Pet Edge. And if you want If you need something that Pet Edge doesn't have, then you can go to Ryan's Pet. Or if you like those peanuts, you can, or you don't mind them, you can go to Ryan's Pet. Ryan's Pet have awesome stuff, both very high quality. Highly recommend both. You decide which one you go with, and you can go both. It's just keep in mind you need to buy something like around $100 to make the shipping free. So yeah. Any questions, you can let me know and I'm happy to respond.